Welcome to MarcusG.TV. I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano. I'm a chef on a mission. Today's mission is genetically modified foods. I hear from a lot of people over the years that we've been consuming genetically modified food for 100 years, for 200 years, and they say that this is nothing new, genetically modifying food. If you know anything about me, you know that I'm against genetic modified foods, GMOs. I feel that there's a much better answer in agriculture than crossbreeding, splicing, manipulating, whatever they're doing to all this produce. And actually meat as well. They're genetically modifying meat. So I just want to touch upon that there's a massive difference in what we've been doing over the years, over the last century, compared to what's being done in Monsanto's lab over the last 20 years. First of all, what we've done is we've done selective breeding. We've done crossbreeding, and people are going to say, oh, it's crossbreeding, that's modification, that's genetic modification. I guess in the broader sense, you are modifying some of the genetics, but the genetic engineering that I'm talking about is the stuff that Monsanto does, that DuPont does, and this is the stuff that's done in laboratories. So I'm going to explain the difference of both of these. And for any of you watching this saying, oh my gosh, he's recording while he's driving, that's so dangerous. Here's both my hands right here. The camera is mounted. I actually stopped the car, hit record. The phone is on airline mode. This is how I shoot all the time when I actually shoot on the road. I feel that this is a safe way to record. I'm looking straight forward. I'm watching what's going on. And as I'm looking straight forward, the camera's in front of me. So I am, yes, talking to you, looking at you at the same time. So, and of course I just saw somebody that I knew that I waved, which I kind of like took my eyes off my lane of the road to look at this other person and say wave. So there's a lot of distractions that one can have while they drive. One of the biggest distractions I feel is, that's legal by the way, is eating. I believe it's probably legal in a lot of states, but I'm sure there's some states that it is illegal. To go through a drive-through, to go through a McDonald's drive-through and start eating food, or go grab a slice of pizza, or even if you're driving to peel a banana, because to peel a banana you need two hands. So what does the driver do? They immediately raise up their leg, hold the steering wheel with their thigh, with their quad, and then begin to peel the banana while they don't have anything on the steering wheel, no hands on the steering wheel. So in this case, my hands are on the steering wheel. There's a button that I press to record. When I stop, I reach across, I press stop, just as the same I would do if I was touching the radio on and off. And to touch the radio, I actually have to look from the road to the radio and adjust the station I want to look at. So with that being said, genetically modified foods and selective crossbreeding, what are the differences? All right, so we've done selective breeding over the last century, like I've said. That's where you say, okay, this tomato has this properties, this tomato has this properties. Oh, by the way, here's another third tomato in the mix. Let's mix all these tomatoes together and breed them together. They're the same genus, in the same family. So we're going to make a tomato now that looks good, that ships good, that you can pick early, and whatever it is, that's selective breeding, okay? And you can say, yes, you can legally say, or technically say, well, that's been genetically modified. So now, genetically modified foods, GMOs, in the terms of the last 20 years of Monsanto, they actually go into a laboratory and splice the genes and put foreign matter into those genes that you could never, ever selectively breed into this food. For example, they, at one point, University of Texas, I believe it was University of Texas, was splicing rat genes into lettuce to make it more flavorful. A rat and a head of lettuce could never, ever, ever crossbreed or selectively hybridize, or whatever you want to call it, modified. A rat and lettuce could never do that. Tomatoes were being sliced with sole, the fish sole, the sole genes, because sole is a cold water fish. And how do you get tomatoes to grow in more northern parts of the hemisphere? You splice the genes with fish, so it has that sort of that antifreeze property in it for that. And this has been done over and over with numerous things, but one of the most common ways that they genetically modify foods is they take a toxin from that they would normally spray on the crops, and they would actually splice that toxin into the genes of the plant. So you'd have like this BT potato, BT cotton, where now when the corn and the cotton or when potatoes growing, it's a toxic 100% of the time, because the plant is now taught to reproduce, breed, or emit these toxins all the time. So now they're saying, well, our genetically modified foods is reducing the spray of toxins, of pesticides, of fertilizers. Well, of course it's reducing the application and the spray of it, because the plant already has it, so the farmer doesn't need to spray. That's not in the case of Roundup Ready crops. Roundup Ready crops are where they put an opposite amino acid, enzyme, whatever they're calling this thing, how they like to like sugarcoat this. And they say, well, you can spray Roundup on your whole field of corn, and everything's going to die in that field except for the corn, because we've genetically modified that corn not to react with the Roundup herbicide, the spray. So now we can douse everything with Roundup and not have to, the farmer doesn't have to worry about picking weeds. So through selective breeding, you could never, ever, ever make a crop resistant to Roundup, okay? So genetically modified foods, selective crossbreeding, two totally different things. People have selectively crossbred dogs, or what happens when you get a mutt. You crossbreed a mutt, but that doesn't mean it's genetically modified in a sense of going into a laboratory and splicing the genes. Imagine if you were to say, let's take cheetah genes and make a greyhound dog have cheetah genes in it. So we have the fastest breed of dogs, or the fastest dog out there in the world of dog racing. That's what genetically modified food is. They're taking foreign matters that you could never selectively crossbreed. Why don't you think you have an animal called the dat? A dog/cat, a dat. Dats don't exist because homeowners, pet owners who have a dog and a cat, those two just don't crossbreed. They don't breed. They're outside of the realm of that. Selective breeding, you take many different types of tomatoes and you figure out what tomato is going to yield the best through selective breeding. So that's the rundown of the total difference of genetically modified food. So when somebody tells you, especially Monsanto propaganda, and you see these ads that, oh, we've been doing selective breeding and genetic modifications for a century. Yes, they have been doing some kind of modifications for a century, 2 centuries, 50 years, but Monsanto has totally changed the game of genetically modifying foods. So when you oppose genetically modified foods, let's face it, all the food you eat, I'm looking around right now, and I'm in the beautiful Hudson Valley, New York, and I can park the van I'm driving and wander into the forest here and pick sort of type foods that kind of represent what we have today. Like I can find wild carrots. I can see them on the side of the road here, wild carrots. But the carrot's like that big inside. So typically all the food you're eating anyway, at some point, was altered from its original form through selective breeding. And that could have been done 1,000 years ago. But it's not the same as laboratory genetically modified foods where they've crossed the barrier of the species. That's the difference. Don't let anybody tell you, oh, there's nothing wrong with genetically modifying. We've done it for centuries. We've done it forever. You've been eating genetically modified food since you were a kid, and this and this. Because that's just a buffer. That's a buffer to make you feel like, oh, well, it's been done anyway, and that's how you've grown up, and that's how your grandmother grew up, and that's just totally normal to just like take different parts of plants and this and that. It's a buffer effect to make you feel, not to question that, hey, Monsanto's doing some pretty spooky crap with your food and you're eating it. I'm Chef Marcus Guiliano. Thanks for watching. If you like my videos, please hit like, subscribe to my channel. I'm going to reach across, press the stop button. I'm not going to upload this video while I'm in the car. That is going to be for something that I reserve for actually when I'm in a room with Wi-Fi. So if anybody thought, well, he's now going to upload this to YouTube after he presses stop, that's not the case. You know what to do. Like, comment, share.